Hey, what's up, it's mikeyperion here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft 1.13. And last episode, we have done this box storage system, and finally now we got some spaces for our crops, bees, and other items from our farms. Well, storage is always a big problem in playing survival, and now we got these problems solved. Well, everything is organized now, and pretty much this place looks really amazing, right? I mean, I really love what we have done here, and especially here in the box storage system, and as well as here in the outside, we have made a nice transition of the building. Especially, we got some industrial vibe with these, food factory or something like a food silo right here in the backside. So something like, yeah, it looks kind of like a food factory for me though. But yeah, well, I like this style. I like the diversity that we have done here in the farming district. And as well as last episode, we have done this tunnel underneath the city to connect all of the farms to our box storage system. So basically, this is a very reliable and efficient way to transport all of the items directly to the to our box storage system on the top of this item elevator right over here. Well, yeah. Well, as you can see there, it's working well, right? So this place looks kind of like a sewer system, but it's pretty neat, right? Well, for today's episode, we are going to settle down a little bit, and we are not going to build something, but instead, I'm going to show you guys what I do behind the scenes. So basically, I got a to-do list here, and here as follows. So, repair tools, run the stone factory, harvest animals, shoot the ships, organize stuff, trade stuff, and replace the mining guy, and as well as gather sand, set up the smeltery, and demolish the nether forest. Well, that's a lot of stuff to do, and without further ado, let's get started. To start off, number one, repairing the tools. Of course, I always repair my tools every time I'm going to start an episode, so nothing's better to have sharpened tools all the time, right? I mean, of course, we don't want to lose these tools in the middle of our job, especially when we're in very serious mode in building. Well, yeah, this is the most important thing to do before all day long work. Well, of course, we don't want to be interrupted, number one. Number two, we don't want to lose these, these tools. Of course, this got mending enchantments, and of course, we already have lost our mending guys so far. Well, I hope I can find some mending guys soon, right? Alright. From time to time, of course, we run the stone factory, and yeah, like I said, the log fest always begin in this place. Yeah, it's like a festival flag. Well, yeah, of course, stones are our basic commodity for building. That's why this is a really important task to do. Of course, we don't want to run out of these stone supplies right over here. Well, basically, we only got one double chest of cobblestones, but for smooth stones, we still got a lot. Well, yeah, so, well, from time to time, I always run this, especially if we're going to run out. So this one is smelting now. We always have to have these smooth stones, of course. Yeah, well, these are important stuff, and yeah, this is doing well. Well, that's it for number two, running the stone factory. Well, the third task supposedly tending the animals, but instead, of course, this is not tending, right? So basically, I call the third task to be harvesting these animals. Of course, these are semi-automatic farm, so after this we also need to breed them after they got harvested by these pit of death. Well, yeah, the scream. Well, yeah, I think I need to cut it on this part. Well, I don't want to show you guys on how this thing goes. Well, yeah, let's move on, right? Well, at least the fourth task is kind of peaceful though. Yeah, good. I mean, lucky for these ships, at least they won't die. I mean, yeah, I know this is still a manual farm, but soon enough, I think I can automate this. But we'll see, we'll see. This ship has already been settled here, but I think there's still a space for improvements. So yeah. Well, this is the fourth task, shearing the ship, and soon this will be done, right? Right. Well, for the fifth task, of course, we always wanted our stuff to be always organized, right? I mean, I'm an organized person, so I don't want my stuff cluttered around. Especially from the last episode, I've left these shulker box right over here. These are the gunpowder that we have retrieved from the old storage chest that we have for this gunpowder factory, and as well as, of course, we also need to transfer these vegetables, these carrots and potatoes to our bulk storage system. So yeah, well, this is kind of hard task. I mean, tedious task because I have to transport this. Maybe I'll go back and forth for a couple of times to retrieve these, these vegetables. Yeah, and I'll be back. And sometimes we also need to appreciate all of the stuff around us. I mean, just like these kids playing with each other, well, yeah, ain't they cute, right? I also have retrieved the fishes from the sunken base. Well, yeah, because from time to time we are going to need the supplies of fishes. But of course, in the future episode, we are going to build a bulk storage system right over there for these fishes as well, because this is part of the guardian farm. So yeah, well, this is still part of the fifth task, and we're almost done with the fifth task, right? From time to time, I also trade with these villagers for some glowstones and other stuff. Of course, well, if the time comes that we are also gonna need some, some mending books and some enchantment books. So basically, these emeralds are gonna be useful. So yeah, so from time to time, I'm doing trade to collect glowstones and as well as, these emeralds. And as well as these vegetables and crops are very lucrative, right? I mean, we can gain so much emerald from these crops. Of course, we didn't build those farms for nothing, right? I mean, these are really important stuff. So yeah, well, this is the sixth task, so and we're almost done with it, right? And the seventh task is to replace the mending guy with this silk touch guy. Well, I know we're gonna need mending guy, but well, for the meantime, this will do because we are. Oh my god, I don't need you. Get out of the boat. Okay, there you go. So let's grab this mending guy. Oh, sorry, silk touch guy. So basically, in the future, we are also going to need a mending guy. So, but I already got a plan for it on how to do it. But of course, I won't disclose it for the meantime because I need to study it first. But yeah, so I'm going to bring this silk touch guy to his new shop. So now I'm gonna put a name tag on this trader right over here. So basically, this is the silk touch guy because I don't want to happen the same thing that what happened to this to the mending guy. So now he's settled here. So basically, yeah, just to make sure that everything will not be despawned for those important traders, right? So the eighth task is to gather some sand. Well, I often go here and gather some sand. So I'm already thinking that we should have built like a small settlement in this area, especially that I came here very often to gather some sand, like I said. So I think that we can also need to connect these to the nether portal somehow to have an alternative way to get here, right? I mean, this is around like 1800 blocks away from the new Hyperion city, and it always take me like around 4 to 5 rockets to get here. Well, yeah. Well, it's not that expensive, but I think another portal is another option, right? Well, yeah. Well, I'm still going to think about that. And also for this segment, I also want to take the opportunity to discuss with you guys about the schedule of the episodes. Well, as of now, I cannot really comply with the deadline, so somehow the program schedule is pretty useless, right? I mean, because most of the time I'm always late for publishing the videos. Well, because sometimes my activities outside YouTube became so hectic from time to time. Well, I cannot also tell when I'm going to be busy and when I'm going to be available to make some episodes. Well, yeah, however, as much as possible, I want to publish like 3 to 4 videos in a week. That's my target. So for the meantime, I'm going to somehow make the regular schedule tentative until I find the right timing to publish, when to publish the episode. So I will still target to achieve Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, but instead of Sundays, I want to move that on the, instead of Saturdays, I want to move that on Sundays. Well, yeah, but still, it will still be tentative until I find the right timing. So there will still be like delay in terms of like publishing the videos, and it will depends on the schedules that what I have in the outside YouTube, and as well as my available time to make some episodes. So yeah, so there's still no definite program schedules for the meantime. I will remove that in my descriptions and as well as in my channel descriptions. Yeah, so well, to consider, I'm quite new to content creation, so I'm still learning the ropes. So well, I hope soon enough we can fix this. And so for the meantime, I'm going to stick to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and Sundays. I want to make it Sunday schedule So but there still be some delay when I publish my video. So I hope this is okay with you guys. Of course, I apologize about these delays. Well, yeah, of course, to set your expectation as well, guys. I hope I can fix this soon. I can find the right time when to publish this video. So yeah, well. I will do my best to stick on this current schedule. Well, yeah, well, it's almost night time now, so I think I'm going to skip this night to just to prevent these mobs. Yeah, I don't want to deal with them for as of the meantime. So yeah, well, time to sleep and good night. So now we have filled 2 shoulders of sand. Well, yeah, I always do this from time to time because we constantly need supplies of these sands. Well, yeah, just like I said, it's also a basic commodity. So now it's time to fly back to the new Hyperion city. It's along this way. I hope I can fly. And there you go. Well, yeah. Well, sometimes flying is not that easy, right? And the ninth task is setting up the smeltery. Well, I used to plan to have a specialized building for smelting facilities, but yeah, I think it's much better to just concentrate in this area here in the stone factory. So at least we can only have like one location to where to put the fuel, especially these lavas. I mean, I'm using lava to smelt items, and yeah, so basically now it's time to smelt some glass because we're already running low in glass. So yeah, and I also need to gather some lava later on after this. Well, yeah. So let's start. Well, I cannot still smelt it. Yeah, like I said, I still need some lava to go. I mean, I have to go to the underground. So let me grab these buckets right over here, and some of the buckets right over here in the smooth stone smelting facility. So yeah, this is already set up. It's time to hit the underground. So this is where I gather the lava. Well, yeah, I already consumed this part right over here. So basically, yeah, this is how much lava we already have consumed for our smelting needs. Well, yeah. So this is just for the meantime. Soon enough, we are also going to build our blaze farm when we already started working in the nether base. So yeah, well, that's for the future episode. For me, this is the second most efficient fuel that we can use aside from the blaze rods. Well, yeah, I think the blaze rods is the more efficient ones because it's number one, it's easy to gather, especially when you have like a blaze farm, and secondly, well, yeah, it's easier to gather. I think that's the only reason why, right? So yeah, and I'll just gather these lava buckets and I'll be back. I already have forgot about these nether warts. Yeah, this should also be part of my list. But I'm also thinking that we should also build like a nether wart farm because, yeah, I mean, I also used to use like, those nether wart blocks before. But yeah, well, I can also consider to make like a proper nether wart farm in future episodes. So yeah, I also forgot about this, this brewing stuff. But yeah, well, I'll also put down in my future list, right? And this is another thing that I forgot from my list, though. Yeah, I should have harvested these trees. Well, this tree didn't grow, though, and there's like a zombie right over there. Yeah, for the next episode, we are also going to work on these bridges right over here because I want to connect this area right over here, which is going to be our tree farm. Well, that's for the next episode after this. Well, yeah, it's not much of a build, but I need to set up this place so at least we can use it properly, right? I mean, I'm really tired of, passing the river right over there. So, yeah, it's better much to build that bridge and as well as to set up this place for a tree farm. Well, I think it's for the best, at least. I mean, woods. I mean, these woods are also basic commodity for our build, and better much, we also need to prioritize this one, of course. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that for the next episode. Well, the last task supposedly to demolish this nether fortress, but this, oh my god, ouch, it burns. Yeah, these blazes are attacking me. Well, yeah, well, I think we're almost done with the list. I'm just going to do this off cam because there's nothing really much interesting in demolishing this place. Well, yeah. So at least these blazes are gone now. Well, yeah, I'm going to do this. I mean, this is actually an installment. something like I do this from time to time because this job is really boring, right? Especially these guys are always interrupting me in demolishing this place. So well, I'm going to do this off cam, and well, that's it for this episode. I already have done the 10 things. Actually, that was actually 12, but yeah, the list is done, and that's it for this episode. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been my period, and I'll see you guys next time.